Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and you are listening to DVD Weekly Podcast, the only place where you're going to get the straight poop. And I don't mean that in the dirty way.
Brother.
What's going on?
Welcome to the DVD Weekly Podcast Plus.
That's right.
For March 5th,
We're back.
2024. How be it?
Which is it's the anniversary month. It's our anniversary month.
That's
for
what
the
I've
podcast.
heard. We're going to hear a little bit about that. And
Yeah.
momento, por favor.
Very nice.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
I got to talk about something that makes me uncomfortable,
Ooh, jeez.
and I got to do something that makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, God, you're not going to take your clothes off, are you?
No.
Okay.
No, that's comfortable. Are you kidding? That's beautiful, brother. Last night, I was sitting down working on the show, and we have this little thing, I think everybody has it now all over the U.S., where you get texts from, or not texts, but messages from people in your neighborhood. I think it's called Neighborhood, right?
Oh, something like that.
You know
Yeah,
what
I know
that
what you're
is?
talking about. Yeah.
And I usually don't look at them. I think Susan reads them every once in a while. Well, I got this one last night, and this is what it said. It said, I have a hard time asking for help, but I'm in need. I lost my son, Dylan, to suicide on December 19th, 2021. I've been a part of an online support group and have been given an opportunity to attend a grief retreatment in Montana. He's looking for $1,800 to attend. And he said any help would be appreciated. First of all, you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just, I can't. And in December,
Brutal.
I mean, we lost Mom in December, right? And that just made it so much harder.
Yeah. No, but to lose a child.
And just to, I don't know, there was something about this, and I looked into it. It was started by a neighbor out here. I looked into where he's wanting to go. It's real. It's supposed to be a really good group, a grief group.
Yeah.
I just want to send him, brother. I mean, we don't get to help a lot of people, and I don't like to ask for money. I don't ask for money for this show.
Right.
We still have people that,
Yeah.
but we still have people that do support us.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot, brother, just so you know. I think it's one person, and I think it's and you know why they support us, brother?
Why?
Because I think they forgot.
They forgot.
So I'm just going to be quiet. But just kidding. But anyway, I put up a thing on our Facebook page.
Nice.
I threw in some money. We don't have to have a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
Throw in $5, $10, $20. Such a stupid little thing that we can do to make such a difference in this guy's life. And I don't even know who he is.
Really? But he lives in your neighborhood somewhere, huh?
He lives in the neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah.
And the lady that started it is also, she lives in the neighborhood. And like I said, I looked it all up because I wanted to make sure it was real, because you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was definitely real.
Gotcha.
So
man, that's
anyway, if you're interested in doing that, just kind of do something nice for somebody that you don't know. Why not, right?
I like it, brother.
So anyway, I just thought
Very
I'd mention
nice.
that. And I think it's time to open up a couple of monsters, brother,
Let's crack the monster.
in his, just
go.
for his efforts and for his recovery. You
man.
don't ever fully recover from something
Well,
like
I
that.
can't imagine you ever would.
But hey, let's give it a little drink to him, huh? All right.
Oh,
I'm going to keep watching that. That's one of those, what do you call that?
Like a GoFundMe thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll keep watching it and kind of let you
Nice.
guys know what's going on.
Well, shoot. I might throw a little at it too, brother.
I hope you do, brother. I hope
you
you do,
go.
because it'll make you feel better, and it definitely could change someone's life.
That's right.
Somebody who, I can't imagine going through that.
No doubt.
That's
no doubt.
tough.
Jeez.
All right, brother. How about a phone call?
Let's bring it.
You're supposed to be shocked. A phone call?
I mean, a phone
What?
call. It
Yeah.
has been a while, hasn't it?
All right, let's pick up the receiver and receive.
Hey, brothers, this is Dave from Connecticut. It is 62 degrees out, which is uncharacteristically warm for this time of year, but climate change is not a real thing, so whatever. I was out in the yard, taking advantage of the sunshine, doing stuff, listening to you guys, when I realized I got to hurry up and call in and wish you guys a happy anniversary. I know it's either coming up soon, if it hasn't come and gone by the time you guys get this. But, it's funny to think that there have been people in this world who only ever know of podcasts, like Autumn, for instance. There's always been podcasts the entire time she's been alive, and you guys have been there from the start. No matter what, you guys are unstoppable, putting out episodes despite losses or hardships or celebrations, marriages, divorces, kids, job changes, whatever it is, you guys are there. You're putting out the episodes, and I know we as the audience appreciate it. So I just want to say happy anniversary, great job, and just keep going, guys.
Oh, brother.
Oh, come on now.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Dave from Connecticut.
Thanks, Dave.
I never thought of it that way, but damn, dude,
Yeah.
we have gone through a lot.
I'm like, we have.
Jeez.
And we kind of like always just put our lives out there. Like,
Yeah.
we're not kind of everybody's family in this.
That's
listen to this
right.
Show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, much appreciated. And yeah, the reminder of the anniversary. Holy cow, man.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's been 18 years, dude. 18 years
18.
we've been doing this show.
I still remember exactly where I was the day I found out about what a podcast was.
I remember you talking to Pete Grondel.
That's
Was it
exactly who it
Studios?
was.
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen. Kitchen's like this little alcove thing at the end of the stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm there and I'm getting my little hot chocolate or whatever, what I have here for the day. And he starts going up the stairs. He gets halfway when you then turn around and then go up the next flight.
Right.
And he stops and he turns around and he goes, "Do you know what a podcast is? Have you started doing that yet?" And I'm like, "No, what?" And he
It
briefly
just
tells me,
started, too.
he tells me what it was. And dude, we started immediately.
Yeah.
We
did.
started
We
immediately.
did. You came up with the idea.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was nervous as hell. I had to drink before.
Yes,
the show.
you
I
did
used
that
to
for a
take
while.
shots. Oh yeah, like at least for the first year. Because I'm like, I can't do this. I mean, you're used to it. You've been on the radio for years. Yeah, I would literally take shots before the show just to like be like, okay, I can do this now.
Yeah, yeah, and you're good now. I mean, I can't. It's hard to find somebody that you can do this with because
Sure.
it's you two have to ride together,
Yeah, right.
and if you don't, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
And it's always
see
worked
that.
out for us.
Oh, yes, that's
So-
true. That's true.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So anyway,
Love
thank
it.
you for that call. That's cool.
Wow. Yeah. No, a reminder. Good reminder of 18 years, man.
18 years.
2005 March is when we started it. So
That is crazy.
That is. That
Hallway
is.
of Microsoft. Did I say it was Microsoft?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
I was at the hallway of Microsoft,
That's
Microsoft
right.
Studios, and
Wow.
can remember it just like it was yesterday.
Really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it and everything.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Jeez.
So-
I mean, yeah, we started that before Autumn was born,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Jeez. Holy
She was born in
cow.
2009.
2009.
Is that right?
No.
2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2006.
Well, wait. How old is she going? She's got a birthday coming up.
She does.
Holy
this,
cow.
What's
Is
that?
it Saturday
Saturday?
or Friday?
The 9th.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
March
Right.
9th
Nice.
is her birthday.
She's gonna be 17.
18.
Is she 18?
18. And guess what she and Autumn and she and Susan
Oh
are going to
my
go do?
God! What?
They're getting matching
Oh, that's right. They're getting the
tattoos.
tattoos. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all she's talked about. And now she's getting nervous.
Right. Well, sure. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah. Don't remind me because
Yeah.
they're trying to get me to do it too.
Oh, are you gonna do it?
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because at my age, if I'm going to get a tattoo, I want it to be the one that I really want.
Yeah. Right.
And you know which one I really want? It's that.
Oh yeah, you're saying the Alice.
It's the
Yeah.
Alice with wearing the Jack Daniels shirt. It's
Right.
Alice from Wonderland. And
Yeah.
she's kind of a punk Alice. It's really,
Right.
really cool. So it would be Disney, but it would still be,
There you go.
the type of thing I'm into.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Ooh. Make
Yeah.
it happen, man.
Making it
If I was
happen.
ever to get a tattoo, it'd be a Rams tattoo. Because I'm
Really?
never going to get a tattoo. I just don't see myself ever doing it. But if I ever did, it would definitely be a Rams tattoo. Like,
Well, you know
no
what?
question.
Seeing as how you mentioned that, brother, let's get into sports.
Oh, hell!
Couple of big stories in sports.
Big stories
brother.
in sports.
Why don't you start off with Jason Kelsey, brother?
Jason Kelsey has officially retired.
Yes, sir.
The guy, because he had talked about retiring like right
Yeah.
after the season, and then I guess had a change of heart at one point.
Yeah.
Thought he might come back, but then what was it? Yesterday he had the press conference.
he cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw just a little bit of it. He's great. I
Yeah.
love Jason Kelsey.
I
He
agree.
is- I like both the brothers, but
Yeah.
Jason's a little less. I don't know. if douchey is the right
Yeah.
word.
I knew you were going to say that.
But Jason's just so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
he seems
super
to be
cool
a little
dude.
more down to earth.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
13 seasons.
Yeah, 13 great seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, no question about it, the best center in football and one of the best of all time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Hall of Famer. Like, the whole tush push thing would not happen if he was not the center.
Yep.
Because other teams try it and they just can't do it, man. They can't do it like the Eagles do it. And that's all because of him. So, or not all, but I mean, big part of it because of him. So yeah, that's a big loss for the NFL.
Yeah,
Jason Kelsey's
absolutely.
a great personality.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll remain involved or become some type, maybe not an announcer, but some kind of analyst or something. I can't imagine he'll completely step away from football. But
No.
yeah,
He's
so-
good on his podcast. He and his brother do that
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
He's good.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
So, yeah. Then speaking of losses, brother.
yeah,
Oh, Mr. R.W.
yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Jeez,
Cut.
what a debacle!
From the Broncos, brother.
What a
I'll
debacle
get
that
the name of
was.
the team right for this one.
Yeah,
for this show.
when he texted me yesterday, he said the Colts got him.
Well,
but I like what
Colts-
you said. You're like, what did you say?
Yeah, Colts, Broncos, they're both horses. What difference does it make?
That's awesome. But yeah, what a debacle that
Yeah.
whole thing was for
Yeah.
especially for the Broncos. And they have to give up something like $86 million
Yeah.
in dead cap space, even when they cut him. So like the Broncos just took it in the rear on that whole trade, and the Seahawks really made out well, right?
Yeah.
I still think that Russell's got some.
See, I don't.
Really, you think he's done?
I think he's had his day.
I think he's still got. I think if he's put in the right situation,
Yeah.
he could still be productive. And I think this is his last shot. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody's going to sign him. I can't imagine.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
He's going to get picked up.
Yeah.
So I think if it's the right situation, I think he's got one more run in him.
What if the Seahawks picked him up again?
that would be unreal. I mean, they could
Wouldn't
get
that
him.
be crazy?
They could get him for a huge discount at this point. But I mean,
Lord.
shoot, man, it's the NFL. You never know. Like,
That's right.
can't put anything past anything. The NFL Combine was happening this week, which is always
Nice.
fun to watch. The old big college players out there running the 40, showing these NFL scouts that they're the guy they need to pick in the upcoming draft. So that was keeping an eye on that. That was kind of fun stuff to watch. And then outside of football, F1 kicked off last weekend, which was fantastic. The race in Bahrain, even though Max Verstappen won, of course, the dude is just dominating the sport right now. So hopefully that changes at some point soon. But it's good to see that back. And then just quick news in hockey, the Devils have fired their head coach.
Wow.
Right in the middle of the season, man.
Wow,
I mean, I
ouch.
guess the third part of the season. They fired Lindy Ruff. Travis Green, who's an assistant now, the interim replacement. I mean, both the Devils and the Kraken are on the outside looking in at the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Which sucks because last year they were both fantastic. Both made the playoffs. Both made a run in the playoffs. Well, the Devils didn't. But anyways, there's still time. There is still time to turn it around. Hopefully the Devils do turn it around.
Yeah.
Now that they've, kind of gotten rid of Lindy. I don't know, man. Lindy, I'm glad he's gone. So we'll see what happens there with the Devils. But yeah, lots going on in sports. You got basketball, you got baseball going on now, all kinds of stuff. There's something every night, for God's sakes, brother. It's almost overkill.
Speaking of hockey, I was down there just this last weekend.
That's right.
I was just
we can talk
wallering,
about our fun this
wallering
week.
in it, brother.
Yeah,
Right down there where the Kraken play
yeah.
in the Kraken store.
Oh, I love that track.
That's
Kraken
beautiful.
store. It's a cool
we were
story.
down there at Seattle Center.
The Armory.
Took Autumn, the Armory, and there were it's like a little mall, kind of like for food.
Yeah.
And then they have little events and things in there.
It's like right next to the Space Needle.
Right.
So it's
right.
kind of like the visitor center and like everything that you go
And they
to
have the
Space Needle
record
to
show. I thought any minute you were going to walk in.
Dude, I mean, I'll tell you why I wasn't there in a little bit, but yeah, that's usually the record store or record show. I always hit that show.
You know, my thing is,
That's a good one.
I didn't, and we took Autumn. We're having 2 weeks of birthday is what we're doing, or 2 weekends of birthday. So we had our first weekend this past weekend, and took her out and gave her some money so she could buy some albums.
Yeah.
Oddly
nice.
enough, she didn't buy anything at that sale. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, there were 2 boys there she knew.
Oh,
So that
jeez.
suddenly the focus went all to hell. I bought myself a turntable,
I
brother.
see that Techniques turntable, brother.
Yes, the
Nice.
old 1976 turntable, brother.
That is awesome.
Oh, she's a beauty.
That is a beaut.
It's broken, but that's okay.
It'll get, you know, a little
Yeah.
replacement, a little work.
Yeah, I bought
gonna be
myself a
great.
belt for her, so I'm ready to. As soon as I can't wait. I had
Nice.
to wait like a week and a half to get the damn belt.
That's a long time.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw that in there, and then I'm going to have to get a little preamp going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna
It's
be
nice
great,
to have a
man.
Technics. I remember it was around 1976 when I was looking at Technique turntables.
Jeez.
They were
That's
the
when I was
first-
hatched.
They had the strobes on the side, so you could, you could.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's what those
Yeah.
little things. So you could really fine tune them, and the skate you can tune, and I mean the whole damn thing. It's just really cool. And so anyway, I can't wait to. It's hard to believe that thing's that old. It
I
still
know,
looks
right?
great.
Yeah.
But
Well, so do I, right? I mean, come on. It's the same as me.
well, you don't look that good. I'm sure your
I've
belt,
lived a hard
I'm sure
life.
your belt's broken.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Woo! But that was just about the time that I started looking into DJ turntables.
Oh, gotcha.
And started learning about techniques. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. that
Oh,
I had-
Techniques is
had
great.
That one there.
Great
But anyway,
brand.
yeah.
Very
Good
cool,
times,
man.
brother.
Good times, brother.
And then I took her to the Rock and Roll Museum, or whatever the hell you call that.
Oh, you went to Mopop?
You can't really call it the Rock and Roll Museum.
No. Well, that's not what it is.
It used to be.
No.
I mean, really,
No,
kind
it's
of.
Mopop. It was, and before that, I mean, it was just like I mean, you know, they definitely have music
See, I
exhibits.
just remembered it as being a rock and roll museum.
Oh no,
Because once we got in there, I'm like, what the hell? What happened to their
what's
focus?
The name of the, I can't think of what the name of it was when it first opened.
I
I mean, now it's Mopop because it's like kind of.
Well, was it the
pop
music
culture.
experience?
Oh, it was. It was the EMP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
EMP,
EMP.
right.
Yes, and it definitely yeah. So when it first opened, it was heavily musically focused.
Yeah.
right? And then it has changed over the years.
Oh,
where
it's
more
now
of like
it's a modge podge of
Exactly.
What the hell?
yeah. There's all kinds of different exhibits. Do they
There's-
still have the oh god,
Sky Church,
What's that?
Sky Church.
No, the exhibit with the animation, like Coraline
Yes,
and all that. They
yes.
still have that? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, I got pictures. You can look at them.
Nice.
Yeah, they're interesting to see those things.
Yeah.
But still, it's just weird. I mean, then they had a horror exhibit.
Oh, I love that
And then
horror
they had
exhibit.
then they had a fantasy exhibit, and it's like,
Right.
what the hell am
Yeah.
I doing in here?
It's kind of got a little bit of everything
It's just
in there.
yeah, and they still have that sci-fi exhibit, the same damn one I saw.
Is it still the same?
A million
I wonder if
years
the horror
ago.
one's different because I haven't been to the horror one in forever.
Yeah, I had never seen that one,
Gotcha.
the horror one.
The horror
it was
one's
okay.
pretty cool. Like they have like a lot of props and like costumes and stuff,
Yeah.
right, for the films.
Yeah.
Did they have the original Bram Stoker's Dracula book?
Nah, if they did, I didn't
And then
see
every day they would flip it to a new page.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, which is pretty cool. But it was
That's
like an
cool.
original first print
No
of
kidding.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So then we got through with that, and we've been on our feet all damn day.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to die.
You're done.
You know, for some reason, when my daughter wants something, she gets it. And I just hate that. Drives me crazy.
She's single child, brother.
It's just hard for
That's
me
what
to
you-
say
that's
no,
what
though,
happens.
damn it.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I don't want to be the one that poop
Right.
monster, you know. So, end of the day, and I'm ready to die. I'm so tired. And this had started earlier in the day when one of her friends asked her to go to Silver Platters.
Nice.
They said, we're going to Silver Platters. Can you go with us?
Yeah.
And I had to be the big giant bastard who told her no. Because, you know, when I don't know how she's going to get there. I didn't want to go through all that.
Right.
And God, the traffic, dude. Oh, my God. They had every street closed.
Oh, God.
Every street closed.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
they had some kind of walk-a-thon or some damn thing
Oh,
earlier
gotcha.
that morning.
Down at the.
Dude,
That's
you
right, because they
couldn't
didn't
get
do an
anywhere near
early
that
entry.
place.
Because that's why I couldn't go. Like if I was going to go, I had to do an early entry, which they
Yeah.
usually have, but
Right.
they couldn't because of that event.
Oh,
whatever
they
that
said
was.
that they had an early entry.
Well, I think they changed
8
the hours
o'clock?
of it. Well, no, see, it didn't open at 8 though. That was the thing.
Oh, because it was advertised.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I think last minute they're like, well, this other event isn't going to allow them to be able to open that
Yeah.
early. So whatever that was, yeah, probably caused all that traffic. you're
Yeah,
talking
it was
about.
some kind of a marathon run or something.
Gotcha.
And you know what? I remember them tearing that down the last year that we went to that sale.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because they have the same stuff out, and they were tearing it down, and I'm like, it's not even 10 o'clock yet, and they're tearing this stuff down?
Yeah, geez.
Well, it's because they end it really early. It's
Ended
supposed to be one of the
early,
early morning things.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so we took her to Silver Platters.
I went to Silver Platters that day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there
Shoot. And Ghost Fish, the
In the
brewery right next door.
evening. Yeah?
Okay, yeah, we were there at about 4.
Yeah, you got there before we did.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
say about
That's a
4.
bummer, because that's about,
I know, damn it.
that's real close to when we were there, actually.
Shoots and ladders.
But, yeah, so I got myself the Firehouse 5+2
Nice.
CDs, brother.
That's beautiful, brother.
It's actually the first 3 of the Firehouse 5+2 albums.
Oh, gotcha.
And if you don't know what they are, they're kind of jazz. They're kind of, not jazz, what was it? Dixieland.
Yeah, there
Kind
you
of
go.
Dixieland jazz,
Right.
if you will. And they really, who they really were Disney animators. And
Gotcha.
we're talking some of the top animators
Yeah.
who just happened to play instruments and would get together at work for a little, get rid of some frustration, and they play together. And then one of them said, well, hey, let's do a wedding or something. So they went ahead and did that, and dude, pretty soon they were playing these big whoop-de-doo nightclubs in L.A. and
Wow.
Hollywood,
Yeah.
and they started playing them on the radio.
No kidding.
They got really, really popular. So anyway, it's really kind of cool that I got that. I didn't expect it. I was looking for
Very
albums,
good. I was going to say, yeah.
and I
just got
found
a player.
I found the CD.
There
So,
you go.
Anyway, speaking of Disney, brothers,
Very
shall we?
good. Please, brother.
Trance into the world. Tramps into the world of Disney.
Please.
Big news tonight, brother. You know, Disneyland's closing early.
Yeah, I saw that.
8 o'clock.
That's Earl's.
8 o'clock. Disneyland. It's another Disneyland After Dark tonight, brother.
Ah.
Starting at 9 p.m. to celebrate, get ready, Disney Channel night, brother.
Disney Channel now.
They're going to celebrate the iconic Disney Channel TV shows and their characters. It takes place at Disneyland Park tonight, and then again, did I write it down? Again on the 15th.
I take it
that's
that's a
not
separate
right.
admission.
That's not right. That is so wrong. The 5th. The 5th. Okay, so today's the 5th, as we do this show. It's the 5th and the 7th.
Gotcha.
So today, as we do this show, and this coming Thursday. So it's going to go till 1 a.m. Guests can enter the park as early as 6 p.m., which is 3 hours before it starts. Tickets are $139 per guest,
Gotcha.
and it includes admission to Disneyland Park.
So they're letting people in at 6?
They're going to let people in at 6.
So what if you've gone there during the day?
You have to still... they have a big thing around their neck.
Gotcha. So
And
if you
you
don't
have-
have that, you're getting kicked out.
You have to wear that. Yeah, that's something they've started doing now. Is they give you a big thing to put around your neck,
Gotcha.
and then you get to come in before the public gets kicked out, which I think is pretty cool.
That's interesting. That seems
But
like
then
a
after
logistical nightmare.
after 6, then they start looking. They start, they have people in different locations looking to make
Gotcha.
sure everybody's got a badge.
Interesting.
But anyway, that is going on, and there was something else. What the hell was it? I thought I had. I'll be done. Well, I will tell you that. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you that.
Well, fine.
There was something else. Damn it! I would have sworn I had both stories right here. Well, if I can think of the other one, I will
There you go.
interrupt every damn thing that's going on. I'll just destroy the entire flow of the show to tell you that Minnie lost a shoe or something.
That's a beautiful thing.
Brother, let's go to music.
Let's do it. Let's go to music. And before we get there, as we're getting into the whole, music, entertainment, TV, all this action, we just got through 4 wild and crazy days
Yeah.
of the Emerald City Comic-Con.
Is that too much?
Heck,
dude?
no, it was actually perfect.
No kidding.
It was perfect.
I couldn't do it.
It was mainly perfect because we didn't spend all day there.
Yeah.
So the first day, they opened on Thursday. They're open Thursday through Sunday.
Uh-huh.
We got there Thursday at 3 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and that was actually the best day to go look on the exhibit floor because there's not a lot of people there on Thursday, right? So
Right.
if you want to go shopping for stuff, Thursday's the day to do it.
Yeah.
And then Friday gets a little bit busier. Saturday's packed. And then Sunday is pretty dang busy too,
Yeah.
right? But Saturday, no doubt, is like the craziest, biggest day.
Huh.
But because of the time we spent each day, we probably did a full 2 days over the 4-day period, which was perfect. Like
Yeah.
it allowed us to do like go to panels that we wanted to go
that's
to,
cool, yeah.
like do things that we normally would not have been able to do if we just went for a single day. I got to meet some cool people. So first, we get down there, we drive down to Seattle, and we're staying at a hotel for 3 nights, right? We're staying in the Crown Plaza. It's about a 10-minute walk to the convention center.
Nice.
Get there, get out the car. Kyler's freezing cold. Like, and it's like, what? It's not that cold out here, dude. Like, it was cold, but it wasn't like ridiculous. So we get up to the room. He goes and sits down in this chair, and we're like kind of unpacking, getting ready, and he's like starts telling it how he's not feeling that good. And it's like, what, dude? Like,
Oh, no.
you've been fine. Look over and he just vomits everywhere, brother. We haven't been in our hotel room for 5 minutes.
Oh, can we
Throws
order
up
some extra?
all over
Can we order
himself.
some extra towels in our room?
Oh
please?
my God, dude! All over. He had 2 jackets. One of them, like, threw up all over his jacket. We didn't bring extra shoes. Threw up all over his
Oh
shoes.
no!
All over the chair he's sitting
Oh,
in, which is like one of those cushioned, like,
Oh,
fabric chairs. All over the floor. Like, dude, it was everywhere. Like, oh my God.
Wow.
So we knew we had limited time. So Mel, bless her heart, like, let me just go with the kids. I'm like, twins,
Yeah.
let's get the hell out of here. Like, we gotta go. So we got to go there and kind of check it out a little bit. She went later on and
Yeah.
got to do some, go to the beer gardens and stuff. So she had a
Yeah.
good time that night too. But yeah, so she had to like wait and then called because we were only supposed to have 4 people in the room. So, and we had 5, right? But like we booked
yeah.
it through Emerald City Comic Con. And it's like the max amount of guests per room is 4.
Yeah.
And like so we kind of fudged that. So it's like I got to get out of here. She called up maintenance.
Oh yeah.
They swapped chair. Like they had to bring a whole new
Oh,
chair.
my God.
They cleaned the carpet. They like took out all the trashes because we had a bunch of like.
Boy, remind me not to work there.
Oh right. Oh God, I can't imagine.
Yeah, we got to vomit. Floor 7.
Seriously, man. But that was
great.
like our first 5 minutes of the trip.
Oh,
Just like,
no.
and then we didn't know is he sick? Like,
Yeah.
is this going to be an all weekend thing? It turned out like I think he just got some car sickness a little bit, which he doesn't usually get. Because the next day through the rest of the weekend he was fine. But
Yeah.
what a hell of a start,
thank
though,
goodness.
man.
Wow.
But yeah, lots of great vendors. Oh, there was a super cool vendor that had a bunch of movie posters
Oh,
and
neat.
different sizes. So we're gonna start doing our bonus room up because now we have the music room. And then we've started the sports wall. Like now we're gonna do like in the bonus room we're gonna do like movie posters.
Got to
We
get
have a-
those frames like I had.
exactly.
Get those
Oh
light
yeah,
up-
like
those light up
Oh,
frames.
those would be sweet.
Love
So
those.
the ones I got, they're not even the double sided. Well, I didn't get any big ones. We
Yeah.
have a couple big ones already.
Yeah.
So I got like reprints that are just smaller that we'll
that's
be able
cool.
to fit throughout the bonus room.
Hey, they're less expensive too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was 3 for $30.
Oh wow.
And I mean, everything from like I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Ah,
and
neat.
Dawn of the Dead. We got Labyrinth for Mel and Harry Potter. So like those times. And then we got a couple for that we're going to start doing in the cave. That we got a couple of Comic-Con because we did like the family VIP 4-day thing. So which was nice because it gave us like a suite at level 4.
Oh, nice.
That was like this VIP lounge. We got to go in and chill and get water and lollipops, which they always wanted.
Vomit everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. God. And they gave us like Comic-Con posters and stuff that we're going to. And then I got a couple video game posters from that place to like
nice.
Pac-Man and like stuff to put up. So yeah, that was all cool. Met some awesome people. Holy cow. So
Nice.
I got to meet Christina Ricci, brother.
Oh,
she is
brother.
one of my all-time favorites,
That's
man.
cool.
And I had her sign my Reverend Bazaar record, which is a doom metal band from Finland.
neat.
And it's called Goddess of Doom. And the question is on the internet, like people were curious, does she know about this band? Like, so I talked to her about it. She had never heard of them.
Oh wow.
Which is funny because like her picture's on the cover of them. So I'm thinking, is she even going to sign this thing? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, but she ended up writing the name of the band down and the song. She's like, I got to hear this. Like, she's like, that's so
I
cool.
gotta tell my lawyer about this.
Exactly, right? I was like, oh, God, I hope I'm not getting Reverend Bazaar in trouble here. But she was super cool. And then met Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel. Mike Flanagan, who was the director of Fall of the House of Usher,
Wow.
Midnight Mass, House on Haunted Hill, like Bly Manor. He's done all of these incredible series for Netflix. He was the guy. He sat and talked to me for a while, so long that I was like, "Crap! I need to give other people a chance." Like,
It's
I started
you, brother.
feeling bad.
It's you. You got that.
Well,
that,
I know
that
he
energy.
well, I think I was asking him the right kind of question, like because I'm
That's true.
super interested in what he does, and I
Yeah.
had 2 of the Waxwork vinyls from his
Oh, nice.
shows, from his series, right, for him to sign. So we talked about the vinyl. He was talking about Waxwork and how great it is to work with them. He confirmed that the Fall of the House of Usher is coming out on Waxwork Records, and which was a big question because it was the only show of his that isn't out. And that was all that those shows were with Netflix, and his Netflix contract is over now. So now he's moved to Amazon. Interesting enough,
Oh,
and he
wow.
says things are very slow going with Amazon, like very slow going. And he's also working on a feature film called Life of Chuck, which is a Stephen King adaptation.
Oh, neat.
And so he talked about like working with Stephen King and what that was like, which was super interesting. And then his wife, Kate Siegel, was in the booth right next to him.
Neat.
And she stars in like most of his stuff.
Yeah.
So like I was able to get them both to sign like both my Waxwork records, which was
That's
freaking
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Saw Christopher Lloyd when I was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, when I was at Christina Ricci's booth waiting for her to come out.
I can't tell whether he's like super old now
He's pretty old, dude.
or not.
He's pretty old.
Yeah?
He's pretty old, but he was lively. He came out, like, the crowd was going nuts for him.
Oh.
And he was laughing and joking around and having a good time, so he was
that's
cool.
cool.
Billy D. Williams, got to see him. That
wow.
dude hasn't aged in forever. Like, he looks amazing,
Really?
dude. Yeah, it was pretty crazy because we saw him, and that was, like, right before we left on the first day.
Uh-huh.
And then go to the hotel room, turn it on, and it's Star Wars Force Awakens, and he's, like, in the scene. I was
Oh,
like,
how neat.
this is weird. But anyways, all really good stuff. The kids had a lot of fun. They had lightsaber training for kids.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
That's
which
cool.
was they loved that. And then they did a kung fu lesson. They had like kung fu for kids. So did that. Did a drawing lesson that Quinn and Kyler did. And then Cohen actually went with me to the panel that Mike Flanagan and Kate
nice.
Siegel did, which was super
Oh.
interesting, talking about how they all work together. And,
Yeah.
so yeah, just it was a really good time, and I thought going in, yeah, that the 4 days was going to be too much, but it was actually perfect because then we didn't have to cram in everything into 1 or 2 days. It just gave us like the whole extended weekend to kind of do what we wanted to do, and Mel got to hit a couple panels, and like so it all worked out really well as far as that went. After the throw up incident, it was great. And then GameWorks is right next door, right across the street,
Nice.
right, which I spent so much time in college.
Yeah.
Took the kids there. Oh my god!
Is that the
dude.
same one you used to go to?
Yes, same
No kidding,
GameWorks,
that's
man.
still there.
I mean, my God, some of the same games are there for God's sake. I mean, a lot of it's updated, but a lot of it's not. It's
Yeah.
like, but the kids had a freaking blast at
that's
GameWorks,
cool.
so that was pretty sweet. And then as we get into music, took one of the nights off of kind of Comic-Con and went with my friend Mike Cody, my buddy, to a fantastic show at Showbox Soto. It was Frontline Assembly, who I'd never seen before in my life. Like, you know, they're the kind of, you know, the like really got popular in the late 80s, early 90s as kind of the industrial kind of techno type bands like, you know, like KMFDM and Skinny Puppy. They're like Front 242. They're like in that, like, you know them, right? You know Frontline Assembly?
Yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah.
Gary Newman, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Gary freaking Newman. Like
How was he?
He's fantastic.
Oh, I
He
love
still
him.
sounds so good.
Yeah.
Like his voice is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
I loved
did
it.
wish he would have played older stuff, more older
Yeah.
stuff. It seems like nowadays he really, you know, there's nothing wrong with his new stuff. but
Yeah, I love
He
some of his
plays
new
a
stuff.
lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, he only played Cars
Uh-huh.
and Metal from the Pleasure
Really?
Principle, and that was like the only early album that he played
No
stuff off of.
kidding.
So like, no Down in the Park. I'm like, come on, you got to play Down in the
Wow,
Park,
'cause
man.
I really like his new stuff, though. I mean, we started listening
Yeah.
to it on his, not this last album, but the one before it, I think.
Right.
I think we talked about it on the show. I had paid so I could see him do a lot of this stuff live.
Oh,
so
right,
he would
right.
go on at night, and he would sit there and brainstorm the songs.
Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
And then he had some on-demand stuff that you could sit and watch.
Gotcha.
We just sat and watched him create this album, and so that really got us into his more current music.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
so, yeah, we love the stuff.
Yeah, so and it is like some of the new stuff I definitely didn't know, but it was
Yeah.
all good. It all sounded solid.
Yeah, I love
And then the headliner of the night was Ministry.
Yeah.
And seeing them again because I just saw them recently. You were there too. You saw them at White River this last
Yeah.
summer. But then to see them like in the club setting again,
Yeah.
they play so loud.
Absolutely.
So loud. And as we do get into music, they have a new album out this week, or it came out last Friday. Hopium for the Masses is the name of it. And they started the show with 5 songs off the new record, which are solid. Like, they're heavy, very guitar driven, like Ministry always is. So it was kind of cool to hear them play the new songs until, then they got into all the classics, which was just fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid show. I did drink way too much. I was woo! I'd been drinking all day, and then like got hooked up with Mike, and then it was just from there. Woo! My God, I was slow going.
I
that
saw
next
him
morning.
at the record sale or whatever the hell you call it, and I said, "Yeah, I think Jerem's going to be here," and he goes, "Yeah, kind of doubt it."
I was actually amazingly fine the next morning, but just like so tired. Like I was done, dude. Like, oh my God! But all good times. I'm
Now-
actually going to another show with him on Thursday night. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna go as hard though, because that I didn't have to drive home. I just my hotel was
Yeah,
just
that's
a
nice.
few miles
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
But we're going to see Voivod, which is Mike's all-time favorite band. They're crazy. They are a nutty band. And Prong, who is like a band I used to love in college, especially. On Thursday night, we're going to go throw that down. So there you go, as we get into music. I mentioned that new Ministry album. It's on green and yellow splatter vinyl, and it was just outside the top 5 on Amazon.com. As we get into the top 5, here's
Yeah,
what
hold
we
on.
got.
Did you also mention Waxworks?
Yeah,
Did you see the latest Waxwork release?
I did, but
You didn't get excited?
oh, what is it? Remind me.
Godzilla.
Oh, you mean the minus? Yeah.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah. Oh God, yes.
I saw that and I'm like, I got excited for you.
Yes. No. That was most people knew that was coming.
Oh.
And that's the Godzilla -1, right? The new
Yes,
the new
yes.
Godzilla film, which
Right.
is up for an Oscar, and it is so fantastic. So no, absolutely, I was 100% stoked when they finally announced that.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, that definitely got that on pre-order, no doubt. Top 5. Number 5 was Zach Sabbath, Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed, celebrating more than 50 years of
happiness.
Yeah,
No, not that.
50 years of Birmingham's most famous 4, Black Sabbath. The inventors of heavy metal are being honored by the preeminent tribute trio led by guitarist and singer Zakk Wylde. He's such a badass, and he's playing guitar for Pantera on tour. He's replaced the Dimebag role. He is, and nobody else could do it like him. With the double album Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed. You got songs like War Pigs, Planet Caravan, Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, which is probably my favorite Black Sabbath song, Into the Void, and so many more. He does a good job with this. It's like, it's a cover band, but it's also Zakk Wylde, so he brings his own style to it, and he's just Zakk Wylde has worked with Ozzy for years and years, so they're tight. So that's a good one. I was glad to see that at number 4. That's a double LP. At number 4, it's Liam Gallagher and John Squire. with
Really?
a self-titled record, yeah. Collaboration between former Oasis vocalist Liam Gallagher and Stone Roses guitarist John Squire.
He found somebody who would actually go into a studio with him?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Or did they, do it
Sounds like
separately?
such a prickle. But remember the Stone Roses? They were solid too, man.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
in the day. The album was preceded by the singles "Just Another Rainbow" and "Mars to Liverpool."
Have you heard anything on it?
I haven't. I wasn't even aware of it until I saw the list today. At number 3, it's Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, the 2023 Broadway cast recording. I feel like this was in the top 5 before.
Yeah.
When it came out on CD. This is the vinyl. So interesting. Like
I went and saw that
I think both
play
made the top 5. Did you?
when I was
Probably-
going with grandmother to see all the plays. We sat in the front row,
No kidding.
and guess who played Sweeney Todd's wife or girlfriend? So it was the girl.
Yeah, the girl who?
Angela Lansbury.
What?
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah,
Wow, that's very cool.
yeah. That's pretty crazy. That's a weird. I didn't know what the story was when I
That's
went.
a crazy. I mean, I'm only aware of it from the Johnny Depp film.
Yeah.
Right? The Tim Burton, right?
Yeah,
It was
I
Tim
had
Burton
no
did that.
idea what it was, but it was about pretty much about this guy. It's a guy, right?
Yeah,
Trying to
Sweeney
figure out
Todd.
where that
yeah.
girl plays in, but and he sells meat, or no, he's a barber.
He's a barber, yeah.
He's a barber,
Yeah.
Where does the meat come in?
That's oh god, you know
Oh.
it's been so long since but it wasn't he was killing people.
He was killing. Yeah, he's
And
killing
then, like,
people. But he's
using their meat.
and the meat. That's where the girl was. I think she was the
She
butcher.
helped sell it, or she was the butcher. That's what it was.
Yeah,
yeah. Crazy story.
And
man.
everybody loved the meat. It was like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
my
right.
god.
So sweet. Yeah, good stuff. So this is the 26-piece orchestra doing the Broadway cast recording. It's a 3 LP set with a 40-page booklet with full libretto, production photos, and an essay by Peter Marks.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Number 2 on Amazon this week, it's Jacob Collier with Jesse Volume 4. Crafted in the famed studio beside his London bedroom, as well as various corners of the globe, Jesse has explored Jacob Collier's wildest dreams, and Volume 4 brings the series to a most dramatic and thrilling conclusion. While his music is proudly unclassifiable, Collier enters a distinct sonic universe with each volume, which he likens to the different phases of a day. Huh, interesting. English singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and educator, this guy. So there you go. That's number 2. At number 1,
Oh,
though,
what is it, brother?
God, am I excited. It's the reason I went to Silver Platters, because it came out Friday, and they were sold out, of course. I was like, damn it! So, had to order it off the big Amazon store, and it actually came to the door right as I was pulling out to come to do this show, brother. So as soon as I get home, I'm going to be blasting this number 1. I purposely did not hear any of it because I wanted to wait to get the record just to hear it for the first time on vinyl.
Yeah.
It's Bruce Dickinson, brother, with his new album, The Mandrake Project.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Renowned around the world as one of the greatest and most distinctive heavy metal vocalists of all time. Bruce Dickinson, of course, the lead singer of Iron Maiden,
Ah, okay.
is releasing a brand new solo album on March 1st on BMG Records entitled The Mandrake Project. It sees him reunited with longtime musical collaborator and producer Roy Z. The Mandrake Project will be Dickinson's 7th solo album. I have every one of them vinyl. Every one.
Wow.
I love, and every Iron Maiden record, all the original Iron Maiden singles. Iron Maiden, I just bow down to these guys, man. It's his first since Tyranny of Souls in 2005, which was a solid record. And I've heard this one is just good, heavy. But again, I've tried to stay away from it because I want to listen to it on vinyl before anything else. The Mandrake Project is a dark adult story of power, abuse, and a struggle for identity set against a backdrop of scientific and occult genius.
Good Lord.
Woo!
Good Lord. Oh, you got my...
Wow.
I don't know what she said, but
Yeah.
she got excited.
Something. Yeah, she was excited. So there you go. There's the top 5. Bruce Dickinson, The Mandrake Project. So excited to go home and
Nice.
spin that baby.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That takes us straight to television and streaming.
Yes, it does. I haven't watched TV at all.
No?
At all. The only shows I've seen
Yeah.
lately is The Big Bang Theory.
Okay. Well,
Same
yeah.
damn thing I watch every night.
Right? Mel
I
puts
watch
that on
about
every
2
once
of them
in a
every
while.
night while I'm eating dinner.
Yeah. That's a good show.
Yeah.
It's funny stuff. Yeah, I've definitely been watching. I was watching, a lot of the Mike Flanagan shows. I wrapped up the Midnight Club, which is the last one I watched from him. And then, you got the new Walking Dead series. I've been watching that. The second episode just happened for that. I'm really digging that so far. Wrapped up True Detective, the season 4 with Jodie Foster, which was really solid. So actually, I've been doing some TV.
Yeah.
Fitting it in here and there between all the Academy Award madness, which we'll get into a little bit. Oh my God, I still got a few films, and we got the Academy Awards this weekend. Holy shit!
Holy criminy.
We'll get to it though. So new streaming television this week. How about a little animation, brother? On Disney Plus, it's Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 3.
Huh.
That's a pretty solid show, man. That's pretty cool. The animation's cool.
Yeah?
So season 3 is out now for that. Blood and Water Season 4 on Netflix. It's a South African teen crime drama that first debuted in 2020. Also, The Completely Made Up Adventures of Dick Turpin. on Netflix. This is a comedy. A reluctant leader of a gang of rogues sets out on a series of wild adventures, all while trying to outwit the corrupt lawman and thief-taker Jonathan Wild. Also new this week, The Regime on Max. It's a political drama starring Kate Winslet and Hugh Grant. And then this show, which I've heard nothing but amazing things about. So I got to get into this. I got to dive in to Shogun. Shogun on Hulu. John Blackthorne is an English navigator who unexpectedly arrives in the 17th century Japan. He soon finds himself caught up in a new romance, political intrigue, and much more. It's based on the 1975 novel, but with a few changes that help it fit better in today's times. Shogun is loosely based on real events in Japanese history, so it's perfect for those who enjoy historical dramas as well. But it looks like there's epic it's epic. Like the show is on an epic level, apparently. And I've been reading on Facebook and a couple blogs, like people are just going ape about this show. Like it's their new favorite show. So looking forward to stepping into Shogun, which is on Hulu, good sir.
Delightful.
I think that's what I got. Yep, that takes us to movies, good sir. Movies! Woo! Academy Awards, I mentioned them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to cover 2 more categories.
All right.
One today, and then we'll be doing the show Friday, I think, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because then I'll be covering the big boy.
Nice.
Best
Holy
picture,
crap.
brother.
Did you see that just then, brother?
What just happened?
You know, we're watching live on Disneyland's Main Street,
Of course.
and a guy just almost crashed into the guy with the camera.
That would have been
in
awesome.
one of the little four-wheel things. But scared the crap out of the guy, too. I got to see if I can see that again.
Let's see it.
Watch this one. Now we're just walking down Main Street, USA. Okay, here it comes.
No,
It's right behind this big dude right here. So, see, he's looking away. He's looking away.
Yeah.
He's looking away.
Oh, here we go.
Look out! Look out! Holy
I got it. Oh, shit. Look out of space for a second. Oh, God. That's good stuff right there.
I get a lot of enjoyment out of this damn big screen.
Oh, man. Well, hey, for today's show, we've already done Best Actor, so it's time to look at Best Actress. Bro.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Naked?
What? Well, yeah.
I don't know. I just lost
Well,
my mind.
I mentioned
Yeah.
my favorite. We'll get to it, brother.
Okay.
But, as I like to do, I like to start with my, I say least favorite, but they were all solid.
Yeah.
Like 7 was the lowest I gave for the performances, starting with Annette Bening for Nyad. We talked about that a little bit before because Jodie Foster's up for Best Supporting Actress. The remarkable true story of athlete Diana Nyad, who at age 60, and with the help of her best friend and coach, commits to achieving her lifelong dream, a 110-mile open ocean swim from Cuba to Florida. So just a fascinating story, true story. And Annette Bening plays Diana Nyad and plays it well. I mean, dude, Annette Bening's been around for a long, long time, and she's just fantastic. She's in everything she plays, she's solid, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's necessarily like anything spectacular, even though there are some moments of real like drama in the film. Most of the time it's just kind of Annette being Annette. Like she's just kind of really cool.
Yeah.
Really well acted. Like I said, I gave her a 7. Nyad is up for 2 Oscars and is available to watch on Netflix. Next up, Lily Gladstone. Now, if people are following this and they're like, God, you have her next to last? I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, I gave her a 7 as well. She stars in Killers of the Flower Moon, which we haven't really talked about yet in that film. But when oil is discovered in the 1920s, Oklahoma, under Osage Nation land, the Osage people are murdered one by one until the FBI steps in to unravel the mystery. It's the latest Martin Scorsese film. He directed it. Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro also star in it. Well, Lily Gladstone plays Molly Kyle, based on Molly Burkhart and a real Osage woman. So it's, a lot of this is based on fact, some of it loosely, I'm sure. But she ultimately plays DiCaprio's wife in the film. And she's great. Like there's a lot of deep scenes in that. And this is a 3.5 hour movie. So it was, I mean, this is you got to spend some time with this film, man. But really, really well done. Emotional performance. I mean, she starts struggling with her health, and, you know, suffers through the loss of many loved ones. So there's a lot of pain in her performance, but just so well done. And she's fairly new to the scene.
Yeah.
I know she's done some other stuff, but this is definitely her breakout performance. And interesting enough, she was born in Montana, but spent a lot of her childhood and school years in Seattle. So I remember when this was all happening, they're like, I can't remember what high school she went to, but they were like, oh yeah, you know, alumni, blah, blah. She's like up for Best Actress. So it was kind of interesting that she's local. So yeah, give her a 7. It's a solid film. We'll get to it, but I think she's going to win. I think she's going to win this. Killers of the Flower Moon is up for 10 Oscars. 10. That's the third most. And is available on Apple TV or VOD. Next up, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. This film is about a woman who's suspected of murder after her husband's death. Their half-blind son faces a moral dilemma as the main witness. Really interesting film. It's kind of I guess you could call it a murder mystery because you go through a trial and you don't really know what's happened. And I don't want to give anything away, but it's not you don't really learn a whole lot. It's just, but it just gets you thinking. It's like one of those thinker films. I'm like, wow, what really did happen? What, you know, how did this all break down? So really interesting film, and she's great. She's actually out of all these performances, the most realistic, the most where you're watching a documentary. She's that natural, so well done. And interesting enough, she's in 2 of the Best Picture nominees because this Anatomy of a Fall is up for Best Picture, and she's also in The Zone of Interest, which we'll talk about on the next show. That was an amazing film. But she is so good because I love those performances where it's just man, they're not even acting. This is just you're watching a person go through this experience. So I gave her a 7.5. The film is up for 5 Oscars and is available now on VOD. The final 2, brother. And I feel like Carey Mulligan, most people know who she is, but I feel like she's always been underrated. I don't know why.
Now you just think it's time to give her a mulligan.
I like what you did there.
Thank you.
Well, Carey Mulligan in Maestro. That is the film about Leonard Bernstein. Bradley Cooper was in it, directed it. He starred as Leonard Bernstein. She plays his wife in a really, really complex role, especially as she starts to get sick towards the end of the film. Wow. She nails it, dude. I mean, she's just a phenomenal. I think she's one of the best actresses of our time, of her generation. And like I said, I don't know, man. I just always feel like she's kind of been under the radar. I don't know. But she absolutely deserves this nomination. Gave her a solid 8, brother.
Nice.
Maestro is up for 7 Oscars and is available on Netflix. Go Carey. And then my favorite, brother. My favorite. And I'm glad it was my favorite because I love her so much. Emma Stone. Emma Stone, brother. For Poor Things. This is a film you need to see.
Really?
You need to see Poor Things. It's the incredible tale about the fantastical evolution of Bella Baxter, a young woman brought back to life by the brilliant and unorthodox scientist, Dr. Godwin Baxter. That doctor, the scientist, is played by Willem Dafoe.
Oh, wow.
Right? And he is awesome. He's all messed up, dude. It's he looks like a Frankenstein, he was put together. Mark Ruffalo also stars in this and is up for Best Supporting Actor, and he was my favorite Best Supporting Actor.
Wow.
You've never seen Mark Ruffalo this way. He's just great in this film. But Emma freaking steals the show, dude. Emma is amazeballs in this film. You've never seen her like this before. Just quirky as all hell.
Wow.
It's her most outrageous performance, I would say. There's scenes, when Wednesday, that dance went viral.
Right.
Dude, she's got a dance in this film.
Really?
And because she's been brought back to life. She's kind of like a Frankenstein's monster, right?
Oh, wow.
And then readapting and she starts off shortly after this has happened, and she can barely walk. Right, so you're starting to you see her progression and how she progresses, how her brain progresses through the whole thing. Like it is such a bizarre film, though, dude.
Huh.
It is crazy bizarre film, but it is so well done. And dude, Emma bears all in this film. Like, holy hell! You ever want to see Emma Stone naked? Watch this film.
Is
Like,
this on Plex, by any chance?
oh yeah, it is.
All right. Can you tell me
It is. Just
where,
go,
what's the time code of that?
it's all over the place. Like she doesn't care. She even becomes a prostitute at one point in the film. But she is, dude. You got to see Emma Stone in this role. She is brilliant, just freaking
What's the name
brilliant.
of this movie?
It's called Poor Things.
Why have I never heard of it?
I don't know, because it's actually up for the second most Oscars. It's nominated
Really?
for 11 Oscars.
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, and I gave her performance a solid 9, like a
Nice.
9.
Yeah.
Like I think it's one of her best roles ever. She is just fascinating to watch in this film. I mentioned 11 Oscars. It's available now on VOD and coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus this Thursday, March 7th.
Yeah, it sounds like a great Disney Plus.
I know. When I saw it was associated with Disney Plus, I'm like, what? This is a very adult film. Like no question about it. But it is, I think out of all of the Oscar films, it's probably the most fascinating. Like, and just the kind of the most imaginative, like no doubt, right? So we'll be talking about it a little bit more on Friday when we get into Best Picture. But I think Lily Gladstone will get the Oscar. There's been so much talk about her. She's won multiple awards for that role. You know, it was a big deal, right? Because she's Native American, getting that role as the Osage. It's just, you know, it's a big deal for her.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for the industry. So I think she's going to pull it off, but I think Emma has a shot. I think she has a shot. She has to have a shot.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it's a more complicated and more creative role. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'd be happy for Lily too, because she was really solid in that. But my personal pick, hands down, not even close, Emma Stone, brother.
Nice.
For Best Actress.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the Oscars this weekend. I have 4 films left to watch. 4.
Nice.
So I'm gonna power, and that covers everything, brother.
Yeah.
Documentaries,
Jeez.
the foreign language films.
That's crazy.
Like all of the production design, the screenplays, the actors, like everything, brother. I'm making it happen.
Jeez.
Damn it.
That's crazy. As
No.
we talk about movies, brother,
Yeah.
I will tell you that I watched
Please.
The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, brother.
Ah.
A 1977 film. You know, basically, it was not made as one big movie. If you recall, it's 3 movies,
Okay.
and they were kind of put together. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I vaguely remember that.
You remember how they put it together? They made a book out of it.
Oh, is that right?
And remember you went from one page to another?
As
And
you
there's
do.
even one time when Winnie the Pooh's hanging
Oh,
from
where
a
you
balloon.
see the page in the animation.
Right, and he
Yeah.
goes from one page to the other.
That's
Yeah.
right. I do remember that.
My next Disney film that I'll be seeing, as you know, I'm doing them from the very beginning
Right.
to the bitter end. The Rescuers, brother.
Okay.
1977.
Yeah.
Guess what's next?
What?
After The Rescuers?
Yeah.
The Fox and the Hound.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Oh.
It's a good one. Tearjerker.
Yes, sir.
Woo! That's good
sir.
stuff right there. Well, there's a good amount of solid new streaming options this week, brother, on
Really?
the old film side. Yeah, I don't lie.
Okay.
Let's start with Lisa.
You should start. It's fun.
Okay.
Sorry.
Lisa Frankenstein, which was actually just recently in theaters.
Yeah?
We did that as part of our Over Underpants. Lisa Frankenstein is now available on VOD, a coming-of-rage love story about a teenager and her crush who happens to be a corpse. After a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts. I've actually heard some really good things about that film,
Huh.
so I might want to check that one
Look
out.
at the leader of the Disneyland band.
The one on standing on the
Standing
apple
on
box thing.
Uh-huh.
What about her?
How cool
that
is it
band?
that it's a woman?
I was gonna say, yeah,
And she's
there you go.
awesome.
Is she?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
She has a great personality.
Hey, quick note on Disneyland. Remember how we were talking about, like, you know, you get the first timers pin buttons, like the first
Yes,
time
did you
been
get
to
'em?
Disneyland? You don't have to pick it up at City Hall. They have them at pretty much every store now.
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, I don't lie. You know what I was
Well,
a little disappointed in, though?
I was wondering because can you even go in City Hall right now?
Yeah, you can. There was a line.
You have to go through like the door.
Yeah, because there's construction in the front,
Bunch of
right?
yeah, and
they have
still,
one
dude, as you can see,
entrance. Yeah,
still up there.
Right.
That's- But how cool is that facade that they have right there?
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, if you're not paying attention, even in a picture,
Yeah,
it would almost look like it's
almost
there.
looks like it's there,
But it's
yeah.
like this silk screened banner in the sky
Yeah,
where they
that looks like
they
the building.
duplicated the front of the building.
Right.
It's really cool.
God, the Emporium, that gives me shivers a little bit. Every time we went into the Emporium, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
Every time the kids just push. And you know how gigantic that store
Oh,
is,
yeah.
dude. Oh my god. But yeah, good times, brother. What else we got? Aquaman. Oh, I was gonna say though, one of my disappointments was that it was the same button in both Disneyland and California Adventure. Wouldn't you think they'd be different?
Yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah, but at least
they
the one
should
in
do
California
different.
Adventure, they actually wrote their names on them. So that one ended up being
Oh, that's cool.
You know,
But
they liked
yeah,
that
they
more.
should be different.
Right. Yeah, what can you do?
That's weird.
Also, new to streaming this week, the new Aquaman film, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, is now on Max. The old Jason Momoa, I guess that is just terrible. I thought the trailer looked epic, but
I thought so too.
yeah, I guess it was just not good.
Huh.
Code 8, Part 2 on Netflix. The Code 8 series takes place in a world where people with superpowers are discriminated against. Many of those with superpowers turn to a life of crime, including Connor. Connor's a young man who turns to a group of criminals to earn enough money to help his sick mother. In Part 2, he has left this life behind, but fate once again leads him back to the criminal underworld.
Nice.
So
Look at
kinda
that man.
interesting.
We talked
Little
about this
sci-fi
before.
action.
I know. I'm not paying attention, and I'm very sorry.
That's great.
But look at that. You see what that man did? Took off his hat.
Oh, this guy's shaking his...
Saluted. Now that guy, he's not wearing. He's wearing his hat.
Yeah.
I love it though when I see it. Look at that. All those men turned around and gave each other the hooch.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Patriotism is still alive.
A little bit.
Even if it's just on Main Street of Disneyland, a place that you paid for $400 to get into.
That or NASCAR races.
And NASCAR races, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason they do is they're drunk. So
Oh, that's good.
I hope that's a woman standing right there, brother.
I think it is.
Is it? Are you sure?
I would say so.
Looks like a man in woman's clothing.
Kind of does. Yeah, it
Could
You
be.
never know. You never know.
We love everyone nowadays.
That's right. That's right.
It's beautiful.
Here's a new one
Okay.
that actually sounds and looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's called Spacemen. Half a year into his solo mission on the edge of the solar system, an astronaut concerned with the state of his life back on Earth is helped by an ancient creature he discovers in the bowels of his ship.
Huh.
Starring Adam Sandler.
What?
And it's a serious film.
wow.
Yeah, and Carrie Mulligan.
Huh.
Hell yeah.
There she is again.
I know, I like her. So yeah, Adam Sandler, Carrie Mulligan, and Paul Dano are all in Spacemen on Netflix.
That looks like a man, brother. I just want you to know. It looks like a man.
Kind of does. He just got a nice little dress on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like an old dude, like an
Yeah,
old, like,
yeah,
looks
he's
like an
got
old military
The
dude.
white stockings
Yeah.
and the black shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also coming out, Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate on Peacock. So this is an offshoot of the Megamind movie, which was the DreamWorks animated film from 2010 with Will Ferrell. Some people were getting excited about this until they found out that this is more of like a B movie designed to kick off a new Megamind TV series versus being a true sequel. So, and there's none of the voice talent from the original film.
Oh, wow.
So no Will Ferrell.
Wow.
There was quite a few top voice talent in that original film. Nobody in this, because they're just basically, it's a hype for the new television series that's coming out. All the Harry Potter franchise films, all 8 of them, are now on Peacock. I know I usually only cover the new stuff, but that's always a big deal when a huge franchise moves to a new streaming platform, because those were on Max, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got pulled off Max or now they're also available on Peacock, but there you go. Peacock has all 8 Harry Potter films. And last but not least, on Apple TV Plus. One of the Academy Award nominated films this year, Napoleon, is now available, which we actually just started watching last night. We
And Dynamite?
got
Or just-
halfway.
just-
No.
Okay.
This is about that old Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Joaquin
the skeleton.
Phoenix takes on the role of Napoleon Bonaparte
Okay.
in this new film that dives deep into the lives of the famous military leader that was driven by a combination of ambition and personal insecurity. It's directed by Ridley Scott, up for 3 Oscars. It's up for visual effects, costume design, and production design.
Oh.
I mean, interesting enough, it has a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't very good for an Oscar
No.
film. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even though it's up for, effects, costume, and production design, and the effects aren't where we stopped it last night. We're in the middle of a giant battle, which is pretty damn impressive.
How do you stop a movie in the middle of
Because
a
it was
giant
midnight.
battle?
It was midnight. Mel was slipping.
There
and
is
it's like we had to get up. Yeah, we knew we could watch about half of it last night. And we're finishing the rest tonight. So, yeah, we basically every minute we have of spare time, we're watching Oscar films. But yeah, Napoleon now on Apple TV Plus.
Nice.
And there you go, brother. There's the movies for the week.
That's
Huh?
beautiful.
Come on now.
Simply beautiful, brother.
But there are 4K releases to speak of too.
Did you find that you had trouble looking up your DVDs and Blu-rays? And
Well, the site I always use has
Both-
changed the format.
both of the sites
And I hate
use
it.
have, and I hate it.
Yeah, now the main site I use doesn't even have the dates on it
No.
anymore. It's like, what are you
Upcoming.
doing?
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
just,
when?
exactly. So they're still putting them in order, which is weird.
Yeah, I
But
did
you
not
can't even
like
tell
that.
what the date is.
No.
So yeah, I don't know why they would get rid of that.
You
Like,
know, it
that's-
seems like every time they make a change,
Yeah.
it's for the worse.
Right. Well, because Amazon used to have like the best, most
Yeah.
comprehensive list, and then they ruined it.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't even. It's just frustrating. So yeah,
How much longer are we even going to talk about?
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
we are going to have to change our name.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But there are some 4K Blu-ray releases that came out today, March 5th, starting with Event Horizon, the Steelbook reprint of the 1997 horror sci-fi thriller starring Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill, of course directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who married to Mia Jovovich and did all the Resident Evil films. So there you go. I always liked Event Horizon. It's pretty solid. Wow, here's one that is constantly watched in our household at this point. And my God, is the family so excited about the 4th film.
Debbie Does Dallas?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No. But the 4th one's coming out this weekend. It'll be on our next show for Over Under, no doubt. But the original is getting a re-release on 4K, and that is Kung Fu Panda. Brother.
Ah.
What a huge hit that is in our house. Like,
Nice.
just massive. Especially with Kyler. Kyler is all about Kung Fu Panda. So there you go. Very excited about the 4th film coming out this weekend. We're actually going to go to the theater. Not this weekend, because we're doing Dune this weekend.
Ew.
I can't wait. Oh, God. But we'll do Kung Fu Panda next week. True Lies, Ultimate Collector's Edition. The James Cameron action film starring Arnold and Jamie Lee Curtis. That's a fun film.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah, I always like that movie a lot. And then The Color Purple. That is an Oscar-nominated film this year. Danielle Brooks is up for Best Supporting Actress. And she was solid, by the way, in that. So that's coming out on 4K Blu-ray. And last but not least, The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Gets a Steelbook repress, the 1987 sci-fi thriller. That's a solid film. Dystopian America. The falsely convicted policeman gets a shot at freedom when he must forcibly participate in a TV game show where convicts must battle killers for their freedom. And it's a Stephen King story, too, which is, I always love The Running Man.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's out on 4K Blu-ray as well.
Very well.
So,
Very well, brother.
that takes us to Over Under, huh? Let's put a bow on this business.
Yeah. Well, it scared me there for a minute when you said that.
I know.
Because that's not what you used to say.
No, that's true. Last week,
Back in our non-political days.
we had 3 films out in the theaters last weekend.
Yes, sir.
Which was Drive Away Dolls, expected to make $2.3 million. That's the new Coen. film, I said under.
Yeah.
You said over. The actual was 2.4. It was over. Wow, 100G. Put that over. So there you go. Next up, Ordinary Angels, which was expected to make 5.5 million. I said under. You said under, and the actual was 6.2. It was over. I'm surprised on that one. I'm 0 for 2. How am I doing? Then there's Demon Slayer to the Hashira Training, which was expected to make 9.8 million. I said over, you said under, and the actual was 11.5. It was over. Yeah, I know. I had a feeling on that one. But unfortunately, I had no feelings on the first two. So there you go. Will, our good friend Will, leads all with 14 right now. There's a big shakeup this week in the standings. So he's at 14 all by his lonesome. He's got a 1-point lead over Tobias. Which takes us to the one film that came out this last week.
Yes, sir.
Dune
Yeah.
Part 2. The
Yeah.
second of a two-part adaptation of the 1965 novel directed by Denis Villeneuve. Once again, Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya star. High aspirations for next year's Oscars with this film. It is apparently a mind blower.
Really?
I mean, some people are saying this is the best film they've ever seen.
Good Lord.
It's the highest reviewed film ever on IMDb. Ever. In the history of the world, brother. 93% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 95% audience score. Like, just huge. Huge all around. I have read nothing but just incredible things about this. And the first film was something, man. I mean, the first film was so good. I wasn't
What
even
year
that.
did the first film come out?
Well, the original, that was what, like 85 or something like that?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Dune they did, that Dennis did, what was that, 3 years ago?
Yeah. I've only seen the original.
And honestly, I wasn't that into seeing it.
Yeah.
The first, the Dennis Villeneuve one from a couple years back.
Yeah.
But it was an Oscar film, so I'm like, I gotta watch it.
Gotcha,
and
yeah.
holy hell, it blew me away.
Because
So-
I would have felt the same way.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I think you'd love it. I mean, it is.
No kidding.
It is so well done, and I've heard that this Dune Part 2 is even better than that one. Like I said, some people are saying it's the best movie they've ever seen. So yes, Dune Part 2 expected to make $80.9 million. But you got them off board.
Now, we've already voted, right?
We have already voted,
Yeah.
and I actually already know the results.
I
but
do believe I went under.
We're not going to do those until the next show.
I think I went under.
You went under.
Yeah.
And I went a solid over. I mean, come on. It's Dune Part 2, for Christ's sake.
I'm not sure what made me go under.
Yeah, it seemed like, I mean,
know.
just looking at the quick look at the list of the replies, like, I think you might have been the only person that said that. But hey, maybe you'll get the point. You never know.
That's true.
You'll never know. But that is this week's Over Unders.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That is beautiful, brother.
Woo!
Beautiful.
No doubt, brother.
That's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Look at all those people standing there, still standing there.
God, they're all just like,
They
is
could
this
be in
over
line
yet?
for Mr. Toad right now, but
Right?
instead,
Yeah.
they're standing there watching them fold the flag.
Or the
That's
45
beautiful.
minutes
There's
of
Dapper
Peter
Dan's
Pan.
brother looking beautiful.
Oh, the Dapper Dan man.
Ah,
Are those the
damn it.
original Dapper Dan dudes?
No, if they were the original,
They'd be
they'd be
dead.
coffins. Yeah.
Oh,
But,
well, hey,
Yeah.
what can you do, huh?
They're beautiful men.
Hey, go to our website, www.dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Links
Yep.
to places like our Facebook fan page.
Yeah, don't forget, you can donate to that fine gentleman we talked about who lost his son.
That's right.
I have that there as a posting.
Very nice,
And
brother.
if you're interested in that, you can check that out there.
That's very cool. Also, feedback at dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Yep.
And the phone number that Dave used today. Thank you, sir. Yeah, play it, brother, please.
406-426-1DVD.
All right. Dan Lee's getting ready to take over. Look at it. She does a little bow,
Look at that.
gives a little hooge.
Now they're out.
She's
She's going to hit the bars.
she's
right
got
now.
power in her baton.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got power in that.
I wouldn't mess with her.
It's almost a turn on a little bit. If it wasn't Disney, if I wasn't standing there with Mickey Mouse ears on, I might feel different about it.
Oh my God.
But it's hard to feel sexy when the Dapper Dans are looking at you. And there they are, brother.
Oh, have a great week, everybody.
All right, brother.
Sayonara.